Paramasuravarman I, the warrior monarch, the architect of stone. A grand beginning. Approximately 1,300 years ago, the flag of a great empire flew proudly on the soil of South India. That was the Pallava Empire. In the epic pages of that empire lived a king who stormed like a tempest on the battlefield and shone like the moon in the world of art. He was Paramasuravarman I. His life was not just history. It was an epic poem written with blood, sweat, sacrifice, and for art and music. Today, we're going to open the pages of that epic. Come, let's begin this journey. The stage of history. From 670 CE to 695 CE, the reign of Paramasuravarman I. Although the Pallava Empire was at its peak of glory, the enmity with the Chalukyas in the north continued. They were preparing to rush towards the throne of Kanchi. Time seemed to welcome the storm. The throne of the Pallava Empire was put to the test. The warrior who came to answer that test was Paramasuravarman I. Paramasuravarman I, lineage and rise. Paramasuravarman I was the grandson of the renowned Mamala Narasimhavarman I, the great-grandson of Mahendravarman I, and the son of Mahendravarman II. Detailed information about his family life is scarce. It is known that he had a chief queen, and their son later became the famous Narasimhavarman II, Rajasimha, one who grew in the shadow of the sword and slept to the sound of the conch. Paramasuravarman I was not just born to the throne, but one who fought against challenges to achieve it and proved his worth. He continued to cherish his family tradition of artistic and spiritual interests. At the same time, he excelled on the battlefield like his predecessors. Valiant wars, the nightmare of the Chalukyas. The reign of Paramasuravarman I was filled with great wars and military victories. Although his paternal grandfather, Narasimhavarman I, had defeated the Chalukyas were again strengthening their power. To assert Pallava dominance and safeguard the empire from persistent threats, Paramasuravarman I dedicated a substantial part of his reign to battling the Chalukyas. The challenge of the throne, the siege of Kanchi. The storm raged just a few years after he ascended the throne. The Chalukya king Vikramaditya I devastated the Pallava land and besieged Kanchipuram. Did Paramasuravarman I retreat at that time? No. He roared like a lion, stormed like a tempest. Peruvalanur, the blood-soaked field of history. During the war, the sound of clashing swords, the blare of conches, the pounding of horses. On that field, Paramasuravarman I raged like a storm. In this battle, which took place in Kanchipuram and its surrounding areas, Paramasuravarman I defeated the Chalukya king Vikramaditya. This victory protected the glory of the Pallava Empire and dealt a great blow to the Chalukyas. History says he drowned his enemies in the sea. For that, he earned the title Ugradandan, the one who inflicts severe punishment. Lakatesvara Temple Inscriptions. The inscriptions at the Lakatesvara Temple in Korm village near Kanchipuram speak of Paramasuravarman I's victories. These inscriptions praise him for having drowned the Chalukyas in the ocean and state that there was no warrior equal to him. This is strong evidence of his military prowess. Victory over Mangalsvarman. Paramasuravarman I fought not only the Chalukyas but also other South Indian kings. He also achieved victory against the Ganga king Mangalsvarman, subduing minor chieftains. When some minor chieftains and feudatories within the empire tried to act independently, he suppressed them and established his authority. All these wars show Paramasuravarman as a great warrior and a skilled commander. He upheld the martial traditions of his paternal grandfather, Narasimhavarman I, and significantly strengthened the power and influence of the Pallava Empire through his unwavering military successes. Administration and public welfare. Although the reign of Paramasuravarman I was mostly filled with wars, he did not fail to care for the welfare of his people. As an efficient ruler, he took several measures to ensure the stability of the empire and improve the living standards of the people. Agriculture was the main occupation of the Pallavas. Even during times of war, he ensured that agricultural activities were not affected. After extinguishing the fire of war, he poured water into the lives of the people. Ponds were dug, and water flowed through irrigation canals. He gave importance to irrigation development projects such as digging new ponds. To ensure the economic growth of the empire, he encouraged domestic and foreign trade. Mamallapuram, the gateway to world trade. Its glory further increased during the time of Parameswarvarman I. This helped improve the economic condition of the people. Although Parameswarvarman I was a devout devotee of Shiva, he also supported other religions with tolerance. During his reign, all religions like Shaivism, Vaishnavism, Buddhism, and Jainism coexisted. This led to social harmony and peace. Although it is difficult to maintain law and order during wartime, Parameswarvarman I ensured peace and the rule of law in his empire. He stormed like a tempest in war, and his name flowed like rain in the lives of the people. All this shows that Parameswarvarman I was not just a warrior, but a visionary king who cared for the welfare of his people. Architectural contributions. The evolution of Pallava architecture. Parameswarvarman I was not only a great warrior, but also had a great interest in architecture. The temples he built mark an important stage in Pallava architecture. Even amidst war, his love for art did not diminish. The evolution of Pallava structural architecture genuinely began during Parameswarvarman I's period. The Dharmaraja Ratha, one of the Pancha Pandava Rathas in Mamallapuram, is believed to have been started or completed by Parameswarvarman I. Although it is a monolithic rock-cut temple, its architectural style served as a precursor to later structural temples. Many inscriptions are found in the Dharmaraja Ratha. Many of these bear the titles of Narasimhavarman I Mamalla. This strengthens the view that Mamalla started the construction of the Dharmaraja Ratha. However, an inscription at the top of the Ratha mentions Adhiantakama Pallaveswaram. Adhiantakama is one of the titles of Parameswarvarman I. This inscription reveals Parameswarvarman I's contribution to the Dharmaraja Ratha. The Vishnu temple inscriptions in Koram village, while mentioning Parameswarvarman I's war victories, also indicate that he built a Vishnu temple. This shows his religious tolerance and artistic interest. Parameswarvarman I began building several structural temples during his reign. Although these were small in scale, they laid a strong foundation for the grand temples built by later kings like Narasimhavarman II Rajasimha. Structures like the Ganesha Ratha in Mamallapuram are thought to have been built during his time. The art he conceived blossomed grandly in later times. Parameswarvarman I's architectural contributions are a significant milestone in the evolution of Pallava art. Titles and legacy. Parameswarvarman I received many titles signifying his valor and achievements. Yugurdandan. He earned this title for inflicting severe defeats on his enemies, the Chalukyas. It particularly refers to his great victory in the Battle of Peruvalanur. Lokadhethan. This indicates his authority and the expanse of his empire. It also reflects his spiritual inclination. Vidyavinathan. This shows that though he was a warrior on the battlefield, he had a great interest in knowledge and education, and the humility he gained from it. Ranajan. This refers to his numerous victories in battles against the Chalukyas and other kings. Ekamalan. This signifies his physical strength and his skill on the battlefield. It recalls the title Mamalan of his paternal grandfather, Narasimhavarman I. Chitharmegan. The reason for this is not entirely clear, but it could be a name related to his interest in arts or paintings and sculptures in his reigning areas. These titles are not just names. They're like the story of Parameswarvarman I. His life is an epic. All these titles show that Parameswarvarman I was a multifaceted monarch, not just a warrior, but one who cared for art, spirituality, and the welfare of his people. Parameswarvarman I, not just a king, the face of an era. In the history of the Pallava Empire, he stands not only as a warrior, but also as a patron of architecture and a ruler who cared for the welfare of his people. Although his reign was filled with continuous wars with the Chalukyas, he adeptly maintained the stability and augmented the glory of the Pallava Empire. It was during his time that a great change occurred in Pallava architecture. His works laid a strong foundation for the magnificent temples built by kings like his son, Rajasimha. Parameswar I was not just a seeker of victories. He cherished arts and religions. He also cared for the welfare of his people. His history, a blend of valor, sacrifice, and artistic interest, continues to inspire us today. The story of Parameswar I will remain in our memory for many more centuries. He stormed like a tempest on the battlefield and shone like the moon in the world of art. Will such a light rise again? History will answer that. We will see more about the Pallava kings and their magnificent artworks in upcoming series. Please watch our other posts and encourage us by subscribing to our playlist. Thank you.